Good morning, everybody. Can you believe that it's Thursday already? Thursday, the 4th of June. Wow, where is the time going? It's going so fast. So let's look at today's pack together. Okay, we have got, this one's a bit tricky. So you've been practicing how to spell the different colors. And you're very good with your phonics now. So you know B is B sound. You know that C is K sound. So when I show you these colors, you should already know what letter they should begin with. If this is black, what letter makes the B sound? That's right, it's B. So we know this one must begin with B. And then we already have the end of the word is K. So we have B already and K. We need to think what goes next. So let's sound out the word. It's black. So we already know B. Now L, black. L, the L sound comes from the letter L. So now we have bl. We call that one a phonics blend. Blend means combine some things together. So B and L together, now we know it makes. Now we know that B and L together makes the bl sound. So we're only missing one letter now. We've got bl, k. So what comes next? Bl-ack. Bl-ack. I think maybe we need a vowel now, right? Because we got two consonants, bl, and we got two more here, k. So what vowel could be missing from here? Let's listen again. Bl-ack. What letter makes the A sound? Did you say letter A? That's right. Black. So we use the B-L-A-K. You can cross them out one by one as you use them. And then the next one, what color is this? Green. So what makes the G sound? G, G. G. And then we already have the R. That's going to help us. Gr. Oh, now we know G and R together, consonant blend is grr. And then we just got to finish. Green. Do you remember we did the short and long vowel worksheet? And we knew that short E is E. And long E, two E's together made the E sound. So let's say GR is gr, E, two E's, and then there's only one letter missing. Green, N. Good. So you can try it for the rest. I know it's difficult. If you need help, it's okay, but try, okay? Purple, yellow, red, blue, pink, and what's this one? Orange. Good luck with that one. Now we're going to spell some shapes. Okay? So the word is already here for you to copy. So this one, I want you to learn how to spell it and also practice your handwriting. Try to write neatly inside the lines, okay? So what shape is this one? Square. Circle. Triangle. Rectangle. Diamond. Okay, because towards the end of giraffe or lion class, you need to be able to spell shapes and colors and the days of the week and the months of the year. and numbers, okay? So you need to start to practice how to spell all these words. Okay, try hard with that one. Then we're going to look at number of the day today. So if Monday was 11, Tuesday was 12, Wednesday was 13, what comes next? We've been learning about before, what comes before, and what comes after or next. Okay, so what comes next after 13? If you're not sure, you can count. So maybe just go back to 10. You don't need to go all the way back to 1. Let's start from 10. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 comes next after 13. So here's number 14. Up here, you've got your 10 frame again. And teacher has been sending the YouTube video about the number blocks also. It's just like the 10 frame. So it means the 1 at the beginning means 10. And then the next number, 4. So we got a set of 10, and then how many more? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's number 14. It says draw 14 stars in the night sky. Can you draw 14 stars? And then the candy. Count them and circle which candy jar has 14. And then I want you to do your at-home activity. Try to find 14 of the same thing. Jado did it with candy the other day. What can you do it with? Lego or pens? 14 pieces of cereal. What can you find 14 of? 14 paper clips? I want to see 14 of something. Okay. Did you look outside today to see what is the weather like? Do you know, our activities that we do, they depend on the weather. So normally before Mummy and Daddy plan something, they're gonna look outside or look at the weather forecast and see what is the weather going to be like. And then the activities that you do depend on the weather, right? So if your Mummy and Daddy want to take you to the zoo, but they look outside, it looks like it's going to rain, do you think they will take you to the zoo? They'll find a rainy day activity that you can do inside. So we need to think about how the weather affects our activities. And we're going to look at 3 types of weather today. A rainy day, a sunny day, and a snowy day. So you have your chart here, and you're going to look at all these activities, and you need to think. Is it a rainy day activity, a sunny day activity, or a snowy day activity? Does it snow where you live? I've never had to do a snowy day activity in Australia because it doesn't snow where I live. But we do have very cold days and we do have very hot days, and we have a lot of rainy days. So before Teacher Tara plans something, I always think also, what is the weather like? We have a really fun science experiment for you today. But the reason I'm sending it to you is not a fun reason. So if you have a look at the other video that I made, it's about climate change. And I talk about how the weather and everything around us is changing. And now the ice is starting to melt. So where the penguins live, where the sea lions live, where the seals live, it's all starting to melt, and everybody's very worried about it, because if all the ice is going to melt, where will all the animals live? Their habitat is changing too much. But for you to learn about melting and how the temperature affects something melting, teacher put a fun activity for you. It's called Don't Melt the Ice. It's a science experiment. So there's a lot of instructions here for Mummy and Daddy, but basically what you're going to do, you're going to find a plastic container, you're going to put stuff in it, and you're going to have more than one. A few different containers, and you're going to put different things in them, okay? So one of them maybe has some stuffing from your pillow or an old toy. One of them might have some bubble wrap or cotton balls, okay? And what you're going to do is test what type of material insulates it. Insulate means protect it and stops it melting fast. So maybe in one container, it's only the ice. You just put an ice cube in there and you watch how quickly does it melt. But that one more container, maybe you put cotton wool, and one more, maybe bubble wrap, and you can test it. Which one protects it the most, okay? And then Mummy can help you with this one. So you can put here nothing, cotton wool or bubble wrap, and check. After 10 minutes, what happened? Did it start to melt or still frozen? And then finally, you can see which one stayed the longest without melting. And then there's some questions that I want you to think about. How long did it take to melt? So you need to check the clock. So maybe you put it in at 12 o'clock. And then at 1 o'clock, it's all become water. You can say it took 1 hour. Is there something else that made it melt or not melt? Okay, so maybe one of them you put it in the fridge and that kept it frozen for longer. And maybe one of them you put on your balcony, the sunlight was there, the sun made it melt faster. So you need to think about, why do you think this one melted quickly and this one didn't melt quickly? You need to tell me which one had the best insulation. So what material protected the ice for a long time? You can say maybe the bubble wrap kept it frozen, or the cotton wool was better, okay? And then it says, how could a person use the knowledge to create products in the real world? It means, think about some things you need to keep cold for a long time, like maybe water in your water bottle, or ice cream. Now we did our science experiment, we can think about how we pack something. So maybe like in Australia, if the Mummy and Daddy make the lunchbox and send it to school, they want the juice to stay cold, because in Australia it's very hot. We like to drink something cold. So Mummy and Daddy, they found that if they freeze, they put the juice box in the freezer and freeze it, it will take time and melt, and when it's lunchtime, it's melted but still cool. So they found a way to keep it the right temperature. And you might have something like that too. You might have a special lunchbox that's insulated. It might be padded with some silver foil inside, and they learned that material keeps it cold for a long time. So now that you understand it, maybe when you're packing something up or when you're helping Mummy put away the groceries, you can understand why some things we keep in the fridge and some things we keep in the freezer. Okay, I hope you really like this experiment. And then our last activity today is our reading. TJ is so happy. I can see you all starting to read by yourself. I'm so proud of you. And today is book 5, Do Not Hop. Do not hop. So Teacher Sola made that video and I will send that to you, okay? Have a great day.